Hello and welcome back to the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. I'm Author Blues, and I am going to take a look at a few games that I've been really excited to try out. We're going to be taking a look at Lingo 2 for about an hour. Now, I never played Lingo 1, so if I'm in the weeds on anything, I apologize, but I've been really excited about this. This has been a huge hit for some of my friends, and I've been very excited to finally get a chance to try it out. And then later, we're going to be checking out The Roottrees Are Dead, which is definitely a game that looks to be up my alley. So let's jump right in. This is my very first look at this game, so I have no experience with this. I'm really just excited to see what this game is all about and show you what we find. So let's get started. All right. So this first room, I see an H and an I, and it says find the letters. Hi. Okay. So this is an H. There's an H up there as well. Every time I click, it gives me this menu down here. Can I just type? No, not quite. What happens when I go over here? I see lots of eyes over here. Okay, do I touch the letter? Okay. So I'm collecting the letters in this game. Got it. I got my I. Let's see if I can find an H then. Oh. Oh, this was the H that was on the ceiling. So I found H and I. Perfect. So let's now see if I can put this in. H-I. Perfect. Okay. So I found what I was looking for. It won't let me interact with this panel or this panel. That one says thin and this one says hint. I. I. Okay. This seems to have been accepted as correct. Still nothing on these panels. Let's keep looking around. Let's see what we can find. Ooh. Pathway here seems to have opened up, maybe? Oh. So is this guiding me through something? Van. Okay. And over this way? Ooh. We got a new letter. N. So what is this trying to communicate to me? It looks like a grid system and it's trying to tell me how to move through it, right? So walk forward 2, turn right all the way to the end, and then turn left all the way to the end. Can't seem to go this direction. Well, let's see if something else opened up in this direction here. We did get that door opening up, but what's going on over here? Letter recovery. Hey, smiley face. Oh, that's the letter T. And now I've got the letter T. Okay. I wonder if that was available the whole time. I didn't really notice that that was a T. Oh, time to see if that gives me access to these. Thin. Okay. I love the use of non-Euclidean spaces. Okay, I wonder if this is the... So 1, 2, then turn right and go all the way to the end, and then this way. And that does seem to have led me somewhere, but I don't know if I got there from the pattern that we saw on the wall, or whether or not I just navigated this really nicely. Painting. I'm sorry, it's above my pay grade. Hit. And 10. Okay. That seems to have flipped some gates, but not in a way that lets me go somewhere. Delete. Oh, okay, so they were separate doors. The red door and the blue door were powered by these. Okay. Is this one still I? It says unsolve. Hi. Hi? Okay. In. So right now we're doing homophones. In. In. This is opposite. Okay, so this symbol seems to mean opposite, maybe? By is high, and U is high. Okay. This, I think, is a symbol that means sounds like or same as. Okay, this is great information, actually. It does seem like I'm learning a little bit about the symbology, so no symbol means just type the same thing. This seems to be sounds like, and this seems to be opposite of. What did that do for me, though? I don't know what that symbol means. This room that opened up is something. I don't see what it is. Let's try maybe flipping these doors. So here I can delete this one. And maybe type hit here. And that'll open the path from this door. Oh, and then a door opens here. If I remove that, does something interesting happen? Solve. So maybe just the ones with the purple line above need to be solved. Maybe I need to remove these. Interesting. And that does seem to have led me to a new letter. I've unlocked C. Can I do the same thing in the other direction? So remove this one. And then spell it here. Is that going to give me something I can do in this? Oh, here we go. Look at all the letters I'm collecting. Can't do anything with color. This is also still locked out to me, but maybe these give me some stuff I can work with elsewhere. Solve and unsolve. It's a strange way to phrase that clue, but that's very interesting. What happens if I go some other path? Maybe nothing? Okay. This is not the way that I came in, but it's a very similar type of path out. Okay. Don't know what that symbol means. Do I not have the letters for intro? Oh no, I'm missing an O still. I, N, T. Missing R and O. I'm still missing some letters that would help me solve some of these puzzles. Ooh, I can't go in there because I don't have, because the glass is up, but I'd love to get... Okay, so what does this symbol mean? 10. What would go with 10? I clearly have the letters for it. Okay, so maybe this is you need to add a letter to solve this puzzle. And this is the opposite, so it seems like maybe that bar above it is the opposite. So this would be remove a letter, so just in is valid for that. Okay. I adding a letter gives me in. I could do in, I could do it. I wonder if there's any rhyme or reason to why in didn't work. High didn't work, it worked. So this probably means add 2 letters. Interesting. Add and remove a letter. Fascinating. So more to interact with in that way. Let's look around here a bit before we leave. Do you know? I love this non-Euclidean space. Remove 1 letter, so 10 seems like the obvious one here. And hint can be hit. Strike is a synonym, so the star maybe means a synonym. And metal is... So this symbol seems to mean maybe like give an example of... like an example of metonymy or synecdoche. So I'm going to take advantage. A lot of people don't know that Steam has this really nice hints feature. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up for you. Okay, for puzzle game fans, a lot of people seem to not be aware of this, but Steam actually has a notes feature that gives you a notebook that you can keep several pages of notes. I use this a lot for a lot of the games that I play. Blueprints in particular, I have filled pages and pages of notes. So here, I think this would be pretty useful for me to start recording symbols. So let me, symbols... And let's see if we can record some of these. So this symbol right here, a star with a bowl underneath it, seems to be like give an example. So let's make a bulleted list. A star with a bowl underneath is maybe so. This term is being negated here, so giving an example of a metal was 10. So star with a bowl underneath is probably, you know, from specific to general. And so opposite would be give an example. And let's see if we can record some of these. This will be helpful for me later. So the star symbol, sunburst is what I'll call it. This seems to be an example of a synonym. I'm interested in whether or not this one can be negated for an antonym. These are like, let's say hex bolts with 6-sided stars inside several. And this seems to indicate that I'm supposed to add a letter. In this case, the opposite was remove a letter. So add a letter and opposite is remove a letter. I won't spend too much time taking notes here in this demo for you, but I did want to point out the really nice feature that that Steam has of being able to pull up notes and just recall them very easily. So here we got the letter O. That was unlocked for us. Thank you. Thank you, room, for giving me an O. Let's check out this room. So here, imply. I'm looking for a synonym for imply. With the letters I have, imply can mean to suggest, hint, maybe in this case. Okay. Thick, so this would probably be an antonym. So thin, so we did confirm that the opposite of the sunburst is an antonym. Narrow, thin, and clue, hint. Okay. And this will give us the letter R. Fantastic. Now, one thing I have noticed from typing in these clues is that you can only type in one of each letter, right? So opposite of this is north. If I needed two N's, I've only got one N. Okay, this is interesting. So the star with the bowl under it, we said, is to make more general. So this would be like a direction, and then get specific. So here, this is probably north. Another way of saying this is give another example, maybe. Chaining these together. I don't seem to have the letters to deal with these on the other side, so I'm not going to be able to do anything here. Yeah, so what letter did this gave me an O, probably for orange, R for red, and B for brown. Yeah, without the letters I need, I don't think I can do anything else here. So we'll come back. I'm not sure what letters I'm looking for here. Muse. I'm not sure what word it's looking for. I was kind of hoping that I could look at that clue and figure out, okay, when I get this letter, we'll come back, but it's not obvious to me what letter I'm missing in particular. Okay, we can answer a few of these. Just wants me to retype the word. So why is it not red? So those are the letters I'm looking for. Let's take a look over here. Not sure if I can do anything with these. It's not obvious to me how to interact with this. Let's take a look around here. An old-fashioned maze. We'll just take a quick peek to see if we can find anything. Okay, this purple box is intriguing to me, but I don't seem to have any method of getting inside it right now. So we'll continue to look around. I bet if I could see this from above, it would look like a word or something. These definitely seem to be spelling something out. This is an E. This is an M, I think. M. I wonder if it's worthwhile for me to try to figure out what these words are. So this letter is a P, I think. Path? Seems like path. This looks like an S. O. M. E. Alright, I'm not going to invest too much trying to reverse engineer these letters because I'm not quite sure how to read them yet, but this is something I can kind of put a pin in to come back to. Let's see if we can get out of here. That may be our progress, but let's go back to the previous area that we couldn't complete. Can we complete any of these now? Well, I can type the opposite of no. No? Oh, this is add a letter, right. Not is valid? Oh, that gave me access to that. And now I have K. So, I can add 2 letters. Not. Okay. It's not 10. I only have one N, so I can't say in. I'm kind of looking at the fact that both of these say not. And so I was wondering if there's something I can do to make this say it in a different way, but I don't think so. Out? No, it needs to have an I in it. Is there any... Does it always add a letter to the end? No, not necessarily. Knit. Irk? Let's come back to this one in a moment. Look at some of these others. So this is 10 plus 2 letters. Maybe think. That's exactly what I'm trying to do here. This one wants me to remove a letter and then add a letter. So I can remove the N. Ink? No. I may be misunderstanding how these symbols work. So this, we have decided, means remove a letter, and then this is to add a letter. I'm not sure whether or not the letters need to stay together. They have to stay in the same order, maybe? I wonder if it's worthwhile for me to come back for this one later, maybe when I have a better understanding of what these clues mean. Okay, this one's ink. Interesting. So I was worried that this might mean remove a letter from the beginning and add a letter to the end, which would produce ink, but I don't see how to produce a valid word here by removing the T again and then adding one more letter. So there's probably an easier explanation. I'm probably just missing a very obvious word right now. You may be looking at me typing this and begging me to just type the word you're thinking of. It would be very interesting if the answer were 10 because I remove one of the letters and add back the same letter. There doesn't seem to be any obligation to add a different letter, but, you know, we'll see if that bears out. Ton? No, I've already tried that one. Ton. Let me give it one more moment, and then maybe we'll move on and come back to this one. I don't want to get too hung up on individual puzzles. So 10. And the other one I removed the T. Let's think about removing the N here. So if I had TI, it doesn't seem, as far as I can tell so far, that we're jumbling up the letters. So I'm trying to keep this fairly straight. Kin? Okay, there we go, kin. Did that unlock anything for me? We do still have this one. There's a lot of words that we could get from adding 2 letters. Let's try adding a letter to the beginning and the end. So tin is the one that we've been going to. Knit is another word. Hit. Tick. Ink. Irk. There's another instance where I'm sure I'm just missing a fairly obvious word right now. Knowing that with these few letters that I do have the letters for it is really kind of making me want to almost brute force it, but I feel like there has to be some intuition for what the answer is here. I mean, it could be as simple as try combinations. Think thin, in, kin, ink, not. So the words seem to have a relationship. Okay, so I tried to build it off of it, and that did seem to help. Okay, so we answered all of these. Did that unlock anything extra? Anything I'm just not seeing? You know, sometimes we solve puzzles, and it's really just for the love of the game. Well, let's step outside. Did that maybe open the back door of the building? I did notice there was a second door here. Well, that might have been. This might have been open the whole time. It says 8. Nor there's a dot underneath it. I don't know what that means. Does that mean double it? Does the dot mean to do it more? Hit and intro north. These don't seem to have any relationship that I can really tell, so... So this one wants me to add a letter. Riot? Okay, so still no indication that the symbol tells us where to put the letter, but okay. Not Tron. Torn. Ion? Iron? And horn. Thorn? Now we have a 0 there. What does the 0 mean? It doesn't seem to have done anything on this side. These non-Euclidean spaces are really kind of messing with my brain a bit. In. Oh, that took me somewhere brand new. So if I enter on this side, I I come out this side like normal, but if I enter this side, we go to somewhere completely different. Interesting. Okay, I really have to see that happen. That's so much fun. I love little things like that. So what happens if I face this way when I walk through? Nothing. But if I face forward when I walk through, it changes. Oh, that's fantastic. That's so fantastic. I'm so tempted to go over there, but I'm really trying to, like, focus on one area at a time at the moment. We'll definitely be branching out quite a lot pretty soon, but right now I'm trying to stick to one area at a time. I have a little jump button. Makes me feel like it's going to do something to help me, but so far, nothing really. Okay, so all the other doors seem to have opened based on touching this red strip in the middle of the room. This white door seems to be putting up a little more of a fuss. This is absolutely the sort of game you could get completely lost in. Clue. Hint. That opens a path over here. Gosh, there's so much going on here. Hi. Interesting room. Color. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Let me turn down the audio just a little bit. I feel like the music's probably drowning me out. It's fantastic music, by the way. We'll probably turn that down just a little bit more. Hinterlands. Okay. Puzzled by a puzzle? Want the first letter? Press insert or caps lock. Lost your keys? Want to know where to look next? Unlock progression hints. Oh. I don't need your hint. You show me a box with 2 letters and I'm gonna type hi in it. That's my guarantee to you. Less? Can I type letters into these? I can. So the sign up there said less, which does make me think, perhaps erroneously, to type in more at the end of the hallway, but I'm missing a lot of letters to be able to type a word as fancy as more. Have I lost some letters here? Oh, is this me turning in? Oh my gosh. Those letters leave me. Oh goodness. Well, better not forget those. This area is above my pay grade for sure. Teach. Is there anything else I can do here? It's a very interesting area, but it does seem like an escalation from where I was, so I'm not sure that this is where I'm supposed to be. Let's go back. There were more regions at the beginning that I still haven't explored. So let's head back. I put off visiting this beautiful pyramid. And rightly so. The door is locked. Interesting. Let's see if there's any more panels that I've gained the ability to type into, because it very well may be the point where we're starting to dry up. You know, people who are familiar with thinky puzzles know all too well this feeling of starting a brand new puzzle game and you're just solving problems left and right. It's so much fun. And then you finally hit that moment. Kurt. Court? I'm not out of here yet, baby. We haven't run out of puzzles yet. I regret to inform you we may have run out of puzzles. Oh. North? We're on a voyage. I'm gonna follow my feet. on this one. Hot. Okay, so we've seen this panel before. This is counting the number of puzzles we've solved, or the number of puzzles remaining, I guess I should say. Slice. Cut. Yep, we're down to 9. Okay. So we're on the right track here. At least we have the right idea. But where are more puzzles? We may need to backtrack a bit. Wreck. Ruin? A new letter. Smooth. Rough. In, out. I keep feeling like I'm gonna get horrendously lost, and then I keep finding my way to another panel, so... Chase. Hunt. It keeps happening. That's, I mean, impressive. Poor rich. It's funny that it's kind of conditioning me. As soon as I see a panel that I can't interact with, I'm like, well, this is not a place for me. But, you know, maybe there was something up here we could have interacted with, so I shouldn't be so quick to assume. Feel. Touch? I was thinking feel like sense, but yeah. Decompose. Rot. Oh, I have a bad feeling that we're going to get to a point where I need just one more puzzle, and I'm not going to be able to find it very easily. That is the nature of mazes like this, but... We have 2 more. No problem for experts like us. We just gotta find them. Alright, we'll take a look back over here. Okay, I can't do anything with this one. That's interesting. This is a reversal of the symbols. Here, it looks like what needs to be typed in is at the top. That's very interesting. I wonder if that is going to matter in some way in the future. In that case, it was an antonym puzzle. So the opposite really doesn't matter which side it's on, at least as far as I can tell. But I can definitely think of some instances where positioning is going to matter a lot later. Let's back up down the way, see if we can't find some stuff we've missed. We did that one. This one's going to be very sneaky, I'm sure. This G we've added to our repertoire is very helpful, but if I can't find the panels, well, it's not going to matter much. How did I make it all the way back over here? I'm missing some letters I need for that one. I think this might be our sign that we need to dip out of here, because we found the 2 and we just don't have the letters for it. A little disappointing, but that's okay. We'll know to come back when we have the letters for down, and I'll have to think a bit to remember what the other one was. Alright, let's backtrack a little bit out of here. I don't remember... Oh, smile. Grin? What does that do? Does that open this over here? Nope. Oh, that opened this way. Okay, so this looks like maybe slant rhyme? It says quite. Oh, maybe not. So this symbol previously we thought meant, so the square O, or, you know, six-sided, O shape. This one previously was a sounds like. This is not the not symbol above it. So is it maybe just like a rhyme? So it's not sounds like, but maybe just rhyme? Is that what we're doing here? Quite. It's not tight. Interesting. I can spell it, but I just don't see it. That one's high. So I'm thinking that this symbol means rhyme. It's not super clear, but it seems like it could be. And why does it want me to deposit a letter here? Is that supposed to help me narrow things down? Like if I give up G, now I know that this one requires a G? Is this sort of like a mechanism for helping me brute force? I mean, not brute force, but reason through? So it doesn't need a C. White. So we can use the same word over and over. Cog, rhino, hug, rug. Cough. In. Thin. Grin. Bluff. Rough. Win. Scuff. Trough. Okay, because rough does not rhyme with that one. Cough. Tough. Rough. Bin. Thin. Grin. Scoff. Cough. Honor our hint. Sour. Honor our hint. Interesting. Untrue. Diet would be riot. Ooh, a new letter. Now we know that this V is not going to be used in any of the solutions here, because these were all available before. Mourn. Torn? Mourn. Sour. It's not cower. Glower. Hour? Okay. Honor our hint is a very curious thing to write on the wall. We also see a shadow of it. That's interesting on its own. But I'm not sure exactly what it means. Is it maybe trying to highlight silent letters? I don't have an E, which makes me think every way I want to write some of these things don't really fit. A lot of repeated letters in here. That's interesting. Still can't spell anything there. Did filling all these out not do anything? I mean, that's certainly possible, but looking for something that maybe opened up as a result. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. What is that right there? Is that anything? Great question. I've opened so many puzzles, and I feel like I could open 1,000 more and still be missing things. Oh, this gives me the overhead view I was wanting before. You can see the letters just a little bit. E, H, R, N, S, E, A, R, N, S. Some urns. Figuring out those letters is probably very useful to me, but I'll save that as a puzzle for another time. Let's take a quick look around and see if there's anything else we can poke at. That's a symbol we haven't found yet. Let's go see if we can pick up the letter B. Do I have the letters to fill these out? I do. Act. Think. Exactly what we're trying to do here. And muse. Think. That. Oh, this definitely felt like I was going to get a letter. But there was no letter. It just gave me this side door that leads me back to the entrance. Did it open something somewhere else? Oh, I thought I was going to get the letter B out of that. Not that I really know how useful the letter B would be, but it's a letter. Whatever's going on here, I'm interested. Have we maybe opened the way to the pyramid? Is that what's opened up now? This is sadly still locked. Now at this point I would typically backtrack and see if I could find some new puzzles to solve. I wonder if that V was all I needed to solve some of the remaining ones in here. Nope, I need a D and a W to type down. That's sadly way above my pay grade. Oh, remember when we were here? Remember all the way back here? Still can't type whatever it wants me to type there. Still can't type whatever it wants me to type there. Okay, well, this is going to be where I put a pin in this game. We're going to take a very quick break, and I'm going to get the Roottrees Are Dead set up. Well, what was just a moment for you was a few moments for me, so I could get everything set up, but we're back now with the Roottrees Are Dead. And this is another game that I have some familiarity with in the sense that, a lot of my friends have been really into this game. It's been recommended to me countless times. And I have no idea what this is about, so I'm very excited to check it out. So let's just jump right in.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottrees and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees Company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
I've been called that before.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Okay. Interesting. I really like this presentation. It was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees Sisters Got Milk ad. Tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it. Okay. Alright, so this is a list of women's names. There are a lot of Roottrees women. I'm gonna have to narrow it down, I guess. Okay, time to search the internet. 56K modem. I guess that's appropriate to 1998. Alright, let's check out the internet. Alright, so let's find out information about the Roottrees sisters. Rihanna is most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS. But Riley is the smart one. Rose is a middle child like me. Okay, so let's use this information. Rihanna. And then says Riley is the smart one and Rose is a middle child. So Rose is here. Rose might be a nickname. this one's definitely Riley. You might think they're rich because they are models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company. Their mom, Brenda, is a fashion designer. They do modeling for the brand Root. So Riley is in plaid. Okay, I can use that information. Click faces in my evidence tab. Okay. So Riley is the one that's in plaid. Spouse was listed as TMS, so someone with the last name S. Probably Thomas Sheridan. We'll see. We'll look into this. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. I still need to figure out what Rose's real name is. I don't think it's correct. Rose Roottrees. Alright, so we'll go back here. Still trying to figure out the correct name for Rose. Interesting that I don't have that name. Oh, I do not want a hint. There's cool terms. Oh, this is nice that there's a little guide for terminology you might not be familiar with. I do enjoy that. Alright, so what... Okay, let's see if we can find any additional information about Rose that I can just search. Roottrees sisters. Rose is the middle child. Ears pierced like Rose. They do modeling for her brand Root. I mean, I could just list them all as models, but maybe there's more to this? It's the name here that's throwing me off. Carly Roottrees. There we go. Nice. This feels very Oberdin, which is a positive association. I love Oberdin so much. Following optional entry, Thomas Sheridan.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
Do you think she was just standing outside the door while I was working? That's a strange, like, did I not invite her in? Did she sit in the car?
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine. The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives. Anyone related only by marriage is optional. But filling them in can lead to useful discoveries.
Okay.
Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Interesting.
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
That's perfect. I don't know who you are. Look out for any inconsistencies. This is a very interesting package to dangle in front of me right now. So what new data do I have? Advertisement for the 5 pieces aimed at kids from the magazine Teen Blast. It mentions that the 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. How many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence? Trust your intuition. If a piece of evidence seems too good to be true, take a closer look at people or phrases it mentions. Often the most satisfying revelations come from retracing a path you thought was fully explored, armed with a new perspective. Sometimes the reason certain evidence has such high value is because it can lead to finding more evidence. You may be missing a huge piece of the puzzle. I am very good at missing huge pieces of the puzzle, so that's perfect. Power plum, awesome apple, bad blue raspberry, cool chocolate, and so strawberry. Notable Roottrees. Easy to find online. Carl Roottree, Elias and Gwyneth Roottree, Gwyn Roottree, Red Roottree, Jim Roottree, Lauren Roottree, and Miracle Jr. Okay. The Rootree sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6th. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources. This included a list of notable Roottrees who they said would be the easiest family members to place. Okay. This organization structure is actually quite nice. Periodicals. Well, that's unfortunate for me. Definitely don't have both of those things. We'll come back to this, though. So we know the father is Carl Roottree. And the wife was Brenda Roottrie. Okay. Brenda White is the only Brenda I have in my list, but maybe that works. We mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, and the Roottree sisters, and the other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. The entire Roottree family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Filling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. Okay. Is that with an A or... yeah. Okay, so we have a new periodical, Business Watch. Business Watch, 2 Rootrees have been featured, Elias and Carl. So we know Elias is the great-grandfather. So father, grandfather, great-grandfather. Oh, it literally just says Elias next to it. Okay, well, you know, can't win them all. Don't know which Gwyneth it is, though. One of these two, I suppose. Family trees use surnames from birth. Even if the person changed their last name after marriage, always use a person's most recent occupation. Okay. Split up. It's a massive family tree. So this is Carl Roottree. Don't think I have a portrait I can use here. We could check Business Watch to see if we can get a picture of him. Okay. That gives us a photo for Carl. And it was a fashion consultant. Rihanna became the catalog's cover model. Okay, interesting. I need to take a look at most recent... like, what his most recent job would be considered. I believe it's just CEO. President of the Roottrie Candy Company. So we'll call it President, if that's an option on here. Sorry about that. President 1st through 5th. I'm not sure. That's a little more complicated. I'm gonna put 5th. We'll leave that for now. Let's see if I can get a photo of Elias Roottrees. Yeah, that makes sense. Elias forms the Roottrees Candy Company after marrying his wife, who inherited a maple farm. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children. He has a son, Elias Roottrees Jr. That's a tricky thing because I see the 5 children here, and we could just throw Elias Roottrees as one of them. But without sort of knowing the lineage below it, it can be hard to figure out which one's which. So that definitely takes a little bit of science to figure out. So we know Elias's photo. Let's go with that one. I'll list him as CEO, but I don't feel confident in that one. I'll put both of these as CEO for now, and if it locks in, great, and if it doesn't, that's okay. Let's see if I can find Gwyneth Roottrees. Gwyneth Anderson. Okay. See, now we're making some progress. Gwyneth Anderson. Let's take a look at that evidence. They founded, is founder on here? I don't think so. CEO. I mean, I hate to just put housewife because she did seem to have a full occupation. But it does say most recent, so maybe after, you know, after having children, maybe she pivoted into being a housewife. That's a possibility. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit Anderson Maple Farm so long as she married. Housewife. Okay. Let's try president. I'm unclear on the numbering here. It's a little uncertain about that. He would have been the most recent, and this would have been the first. All right, there we go. So since he founded the company, obviously he would be the first president. That makes sense. Okay, let's go ahead and add an additional picture for him. Fantastic. So let's see if we can find out some more information about some of these others. It seems like these are the ones I probably want to start with, and that makes total sense. So we'll focus on that. Gwyn Roottrees. Gwyn Roottrees is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwyn from behind the scenes, one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Gwyn was the granddaughter of Elias Roottree, the founder of Roottree Candy. She shouldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name, which was quite rare in those days. Gwyn was the granddaughter of Elias Roottree. Okay, interesting. Granddaughter. So that would have probably been here. Are there any other notable grandchildren? Yes, a few over here as well. This says split up, a notable divorce. Highly publicized divorce. So this split up right here is almost certainly going to be Gwyn. She was an actress. Who was she married to? Her father took her mother's famous name. So I'm going to put unknown female here and unknown male. Just so I lock in that this is one of the daughters of Elias. Okay, let's go back to our evidence. Red Roottrees? Let's see if we can find that. Aloysius Herring Roottrees, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname, ironically, because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate, claimed to be related to the Roottree Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence and he was defeated in a landslide. Interesting. So this is someone who is not actually associated with the family? How would that show up on here? If at all. I guess you can't always believe everything you read. It's possible that this person actually is a Roottree, part of the family. Oh, I wonder what that's supposed to mean. Looks like a missile or a ball. Red herring. Okay, that one took me a little longer than I'm proud of. James Roottrees is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife, Diamond LaRue. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down to the City. It's now in your evidence folder. Though Jim writes the majority of the songs, plays guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by the fan to be the band's lead singer. Diamond Dazzlers. Can I find him under his full name? That doesn't really change anything for me. Let's look at our evidence then. Great grandson of Elias Roottrees could make music this sweet. Says the lyrics of this song contain no clues. Buddy, why don't you let me make that choice? Okay, so it would be a notable Roottrees at grandson level, right? It's a grandson? Great-grandson. My mistake. So someone down at this level. Which it looks like there's only one? Musician. So it's only two locked in, or only two named, so we still haven't locked in another one. But let's go back to our evidence. Lauren Roottrees is up next. Known for her book A Life Between Wars. Distant relative of the Roottrees sisters. Lauren Rafferty. Selection of diary entries released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars. Untimely death of her husband in World War II, to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as to her perspectives on changing times and socialites, all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it's found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style and to look for life in previous generations. Romance in Court. 2 sequels creating what fans refer to as Court Jester series. She is listed as retired. Okay, so she was married to a man with the last name Rafferty. Distant relative to the Roottrees sisters. I guess she could be over here. Okay. Seems you hit the jackpot. This is occasionally taught in schools. You even find a hardcover edition for students that has full-page, high-quality pictures in it. Well, I am not ready to start clicking on these. It's going to give me a bunch of faces I won't know what to do with. Gathered on the warehouse floor, I want Eli to stand all the way on the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. But I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together. So we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwyn. Grandma insisted we include Sam even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge after all these years. Yeah, I'm not ready to start clicking on faces here. It's him on the left. So this is probably Eli Jr. here. Angie and I wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the three of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose, to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. Found out years later they never even took a second photo. Okay. So let's go ahead and plug that in here. I'm thinking this is going to be Rafferty. Couldn't possibly know which one that is. Rafferty LaRue. These families have a lot of crossover, huh? Unless I'm supposed to use that information to tell me that they're over on this side, but that doesn't seem right. Maybe I can find in the book the name. Clark was her son. Her husband, Jacob. Okay. So spouse is Jacob Rafferty. Son is Clark Rafferty. Author. So my only thought is that, unless retired is an option here, but that doesn't make sense. Retired should not be an option. Okay, so we've got some information wrong. I would think that would be Lauren Roottrees. Let's see what Gwen was up to maybe after. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Her mother's family was called the Cossels, but she hardly ever mentions them. Father, who she always referred to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottrees Candy Company and helped write a legal document called the Clanced Trust. So, lawyer? Okay. The first generation of children by Gwyneth and Elias. Lauren's father was in this generation. Oh, this tells us where she falls in the lineage. After 3 younger brothers. Everyone has something to complain about. Gwen, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to look after 3 younger brothers. I'm in the wrong place entirely. 3 younger brothers. That means we're over here, actually. Let's migrate this information over as best as we can. Lawyer. Cossel. Jacob Rafferty. Clark's out of here. Jacob Rafferty. Clark Rafferty. Author. Lauren Roottrees. That picture. That's the piece we were missing. I did not notice the star on that relative. Booyah indeed.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes. But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also found some important-looking papers. You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Okay. Are these people I actually care about? It's cool that it lets me zoom in on these items around the room, but I'm doubtful that they have any merit. Focused on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down as president of the Roottrees Candy Company in the meeting to determine his successor. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. Clancy sounds like he's the second president. From a previous entry, you learned that Elias Roottrees had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, would be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, "Why Sam? I have many distant relatives that I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two. But I was told trim their branches from the family tree, so why is Sam special? Nothing adds up." Angie summoned all of the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle's boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pops shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working along the farmhands, EC and John, when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all 3 are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother, even chimed in. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seems thrilled. Clark's getting married, and in my opinion far too young. He's barely 18 for God's sake, and Danielle isn't much older. Okay, so Danielle is the name of his first wife, it sounds like? Let me come back to this in a moment. We'll go with Danielle Franks, that's fine. Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle, identical to ours, if you'd like to pay your respects. It was not expected for those outside the faith to do. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong. Especially for Nicole's sake. We could never have done that much without the two of you fighting for us. Vote for Stephanie Jones. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simply, love is our future. Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM. Okay. Every 20 years or so, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. This guy? On the back of the photo, in childish print writing, it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next President Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Carolyn, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottree, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Okay. Pulled the water damage picture of the free spirits out of the frame. This fell out too. Couldn't make the reunion. Wishing you well from Paris. Gwen and the boys. So that's Gwen. I guess that looks like the same woman. Okay. So these two are definitely her children, but I don't know which one's which. I mean, if I'm just to go off of my gut, this one looks older. So I can put these in and switch them later if I need to. Well, I was handed a lot of information since the beginning of this game, and I think we're probably at a point now where I need to start searching for my own information. The most challenging thing for me right now feels like figuring out the children in the correct order. Picture was famous. Pop out it framed. So that should be Elias. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. Pictures famous in our house. Pop had it for. Oh, okay. No, these are all the children. There's a person in the background there that I was able to take a photo of. That's interesting. Miracle was in it, and the three of us were all about the same age. So he is definitely the youngest, by a long shot, it looks like. And Lauren called him Pop, so that one is the guy all the way on the left. That would have been him. That would be Eli Jr. if I had to guess. He's featured prominently since it's celebrating the warehouse he designed. Interesting. I'm guessing that he's Miracle. That's. I mean, I guess I'm putting some pieces together by intuition. Him having an eye patch feels like maybe they nicknamed him Miracle for, you know, surviving something. Alright, let's see. So I think we're back here now. Periodicals. Business Watch is still the only one I have information on. Eli Roottrees. Elias Jr.? Well, I guess Elias Roottrees Jr. Hunched-top house. Butler County. Hunched-top house. Elias Jr. was Elias's oldest son. Okay, so that puts him all the way over here. I'm gonna go with my gut. He was an architect. So let's maybe just search for 5 pieces. From marketing materials and various candy history sites, you learn that 5 pieces of the iconic candy sold by the Roottrees Candy Company. History of print advertising website that claims to have a 5 pieces advertisement scanned from a book called The Sweet History of Candy Volume 2 by Charles Lee. Okay, so some new information. So it gives me some initials, since we know that the initials of the candies are all the initials of the children. But it doesn't put them in order. You can see they got pretty much everything wrong. I love that. Okay. Can I find more information about Lauren Roottrees' father? That's one of the names I'm trying to suss out at the moment. Go back to her book. I don't know if there's any... She refers to her dad as Pop, which, I mean, makes sense, but... Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Gwen is Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She told us she might come home next year so we can meet the kids. Okay, so that's where all that evidence is. Family Doku, Alphabet Davis Secret Searcher, Alphabet Davis Reversus. Is that something I want to look up? Alphabet Davis? Well, he grew up a simple fisherman, in fact descended from pirates. His books involve solving mysteries and finding treasure, often with a genealogical twist. All four by Christoph Rogan. Okay, so cool things to interact with. Gosh, there's so much to uncover here. Like, I mean, I've been at this for an hour and I've only figured out 9 names in this entire thing, and I feel like it's all been the 9 easiest ones to solve. I have not locked in a single new thing, or even made my progress toward locking in anything. Well, this is The Roottrees Are Dead. I have to recommend it. It is fantastic. I'm really enjoying this. I'm definitely going to play more of this. I'm so excited to have been able to share some of these games with you for the Cerebral Puzzle Showcase. We played Lingo 2 at the beginning, and now we played The Roottrees Are Dead. There's still so much to share with you. So many great games coming out. So many great games have come out that you should check out. I've been Author Blues. I will continue to be Author Blues. Thank you for watching.